Welcome back to the morning show here on Arise News with me, Keturah King. My first guest is a self-taught fashion designer whose interest in dressmaking began at the age of 11. Upon realizing his passion, Wisdom Anaba transformed his mother's kitchen into a mini studio, setting off on a journey of no return into the fashion world. Flash forward a few years later, and his first runway collection of timelessly chic pieces shown at the Lagos Fashion and Design Week earned him a finalist spot, thus introducing him to the world. The Wisdom Franklin brand has since grown into a label renowned for its opulent fabrics, exquisite detailing, and pieces that define wearable art of an elegant woman. Good morning. Welcome to the morning show, Wisdom.
Thank you so much. Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good.
It's so exciting to have you here because I call you the Elisab of Nigeria. Your designs are amazing. But tell me about the journey. What has it been like for you from being discovered at LFTW to where you're at now?
It's been really beautiful. You know, I've gotten to learn more about myself, my aesthetic, my vision. It's been very much detailed, and it's been a beautiful journey so far.
Wow. And starting designing at 11 years old, what was that like for you? An 11-year-old boy designing fashion pieces?
Oh, well.
In Nigeria at that time. What kind of response did you get?
It was mixed responses from people because my design aesthetic as of then was very much rough, very much crazy, but then I smoothened it up and I got to get it more defined on what I wanted to do.
Right. So in terms of the response to your pieces now, what has that been like compared to when you first started out?
You get to see growth, you get to see the difference, you get to see the journey, you get to see the transformation.
Yeah. Wow. So you grew up, whereabouts in Nigeria did you grow up?
I was born in Ibadan and I grew up in Lagos.
So you've had quite a cosmopolitan life across the country,
I have.
But now you live in New York. Tell me about the change in terms of culture shock for you.
It's totally different. It's totally different from the Nigerian culture, which I grew up to. And it's very much, the people are different, the fashion scene is different, but it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice too.
Now, let's go back to the beginning. So we mentioned the fact that you were discovered at Lagos Fashion and Design Week. Take me back to that feeling when you were walking out after your collection had been revealed and then you walked out on the runway. Oh boy. What was that like for you?
It was surreal. So backstage, when the pieces were walking on the runway, I cried.
Oh. Wow,
I did because I was like, this is my vision and I'm seeing it like come to life. It was so beautiful.
Oh, wow.
And I'm so grateful for that very day.
Yeah.
It turned me to the man who I am today, so.
What kind of success were you hoping for?
I was just hoping for people to see my designs. I wasn't hoping for anything much. I just wanted to get my name out there. You know, people to see my ideas and creativity. I wanted to see it on the runway, on models. And that came to life, and that was enough for me.
But you superseded your expectations. So how has your definition of success changed over the years from when you first started to where you're at now?
I think what I define as success right now is being able to like create a niche for yourself. You know, people get to see a piece of mine and they will know it's Wisdom Franklin. I have like a signature to my pieces. And for me, that is success.
Now, one of your signatures is the level of detailing that's involved in your dresses and the pieces that you create. Why are they so detailed?
Because I love detailing. I love the woman's body to look like a work of art. I love it to look really beautiful. So I have to take my time to create this piece.
Now, we can see some of the detailed fabrics on screen now. So walk me through each of them as they appear on screen.
So that green one is actually, so each of the fabrics are all created with beads and fabrics being manipulated upon. So everything is all created from scratch.
Right.
The stoning, the flower petals, most times the cuts are very much fresh and clean. Everything, even on the mesh fabric,
wow,
the entire detailing,
all
created from scratch.
Oh my goodness, that is like a sexy Lion King. Wowee. So in in terms of the way you create these fabrics and these dresses, we have a model standing here with us in studio.
Oh, yes.
And one of these flowers, the flower details you've got on this jacket, that is eponymous with your label. That is one thing that you're known for.
I love the daisies. I love daisies.
So walk me through this look. Why have you chosen to show this look to us today?
Oh, sure. So this was the second, during my second display at LFW, this gown was what I actually showcased.
Right.
This was the second piece that came on the runway. And very risque. And
Very risque. Yes, it is.
the applause was crazy. And then this jacket, obviously, is a rare piece. Nobody has ever seen it before, so this is the first time it's
we
been
got an
seen.
exclusive.
Yeah, you got an exclusive of something that has never been seen. So I paired this jacket with these gowns just to show more elegance and growth of what the brand is as of now.
And when did you create both pieces?
The gown was created 4 years ago.
Okay.
Yes, while the jacket was created 2 years ago.
So you're taking us back in time and then showing us the progression of the journey.
Yes,
I like it.
Yes, I am.
So I asked you to bring a piece that we could talk to our viewers about the latest in trend. So talk to me about why this is so on trend.
As always, you know, the woman's body is something I love to exalt any way I can. And in all seasons, 2012, 2013, 2017, the sheer fabric is still something that never goes out of trend.
Yes.
So, the reason why I brought this...
Shows a lot while
Sharing
also
out.
showing a little.
Yes,
It leaves a
and
little to the
sexy.
imagination. It's beautiful.
While the jacket gets to scream elegance, and the color tone of the jacket is very much in the 2018 spring-summer trend.
Now, speaking of 2018, you are actually releasing a new collection at Polo Avenue this Sunday.
Yes, I am.
So the inspirations behind it, so it's inspired by your trip to the Giza pyramids of Egypt.
Oh, yes, it is.
Now, we have a little video of when you showed at the World Fashion Show.
Yes,
Should we
World
take a little
Fashion
look
Week.
at it?
Sure, let's do that.
Okie dokie. That is gorgeous.
Thank you.
Oh my
Thank you so much.
goodness. I felt like I was transported to another realm.
Oh, yes.
Wow. So talk to me about the inspirations behind that collection.
So I've always wanted to do a collection inspired by something Egyptian, something Egypt. So this year, I started working on sketches very early on. And I was like, I think I need to take a trip to Egypt just to know exactly what I'm working on.
Right.
Because it's better I go there and get a better view and instinct of what I want to create. So I traveled to Egypt. That was around May. Yeah. And I got to go to the Giza pyramids, and it was very surreal, very beautiful. I got to learn lots of things about the ancient Egyptian culture, you know, the pharaohs, the symbolism, and everything which obviously is part of their culture.
Yes.
And I was like, this is perfect. This is perfect. And that was the eureka moment. I was like, yes, that is it. Just right there, I knew I'm at the right place and I'm going to do the right thing. So in creating the pieces, I want people to be transported to Egypt. Just
well, I was.
just looking at it, just seeing it, just like a time frame.
That's amazing. So why would you say you started your brand?
How do you mean?
Why did you start your brand?
Oh, I began the Wisdom Franklin brand when I realized lots of designers who I love didn't didn't have the aesthetic or vision which I want for a woman. I love a woman to look like a work of art, and lots of designers who I look up to, they obviously don't get to live up to the expectation as what I envision a woman to be. So that is why I began the Wisdom Franklin brand.
I like it. And what can we expect to see from you in your latest collections coming up? So the Spring Summer 18 one, we've got a little sneak preview of that, and then those that are lucky enough to be invited to Polo Avenue will get to see the rest of the collection.
The entire collection.
So what else can we expect from you?
Oh, you're gonna see lots of drama.
Ooh,
lots of 3D art films. I know you do. Lots of 3D art films, you know, extreme creativity. So I'm more focused on wearable art. I feel if it's very artistic, it still has to be wearable.
Yes.
Okay, so it's going to be a very beautiful show.
Oh,
very beautiful
I believe you. Talk to me about the challenges or the hardest part about being a fashion designer in Nigeria.
Oh, there are lots of hard parts. There are lots of hard parts. You know, one major factor is, okay, you have these designs in your head. They're very much gorgeous. You want to create them, but then the manpower isn't really there because not lots of people know about the art of couture, and then also you try to create these pieces also, and then you don't get the particular things you need here in the market, so you have to ship in. You have to ship in these things to obviously create this pieces. So it makes it a little bit difficult to work through, but I'm working through it.
You must have a lot of passion and dedication to stick with that, even in face of all the adversity.
I love what I do.
Clearly, we can see by your pieces. Now, you also collaborated with Vlisco.
Yes, that was years ago.
Ooh, we know that the designers that partner with Vlisco, it means you're doing something right. So we can see some of the designs on the screen now. Take me back to this collaboration.
Oh, this collaboration was with Vlisco and TW magazine.
Okay.
Yeah, so they had a show, and the Vlisco team contacted me that they needed me to design like pieces for the show, and I was sent over the fabrics. And I love the idea of like juxtaposing different elements together, you know, hard and soft, old and new. So that was what I did with this collection. And I got to like, instead of using embellishments, I got to work with like spikes.
Wow.
Yeah, something different.
Ankara and spikes.
Yes, Ankara and spikes.
Okay now, don't hurt yourself.
Rock and roll.
And then you also had another collection called King Woman, I believe.
That is Bridget Bishop is King.
Right.
Yes, Bridget Bishop is King.
So talk to me about that collection.
That collection was inspired by the Salem witch trials.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. You like history, don't you?
I love history. I love history. It helps me.
So we can see some of these on screen now. How does this transmute to Salem witch trials?
Okay, so I was mostly inspired by Bridget Bishop. So that was like the core focus for the... she was a woman who very much fearless. And she was obviously accused of witchcraft.
Right.
And I did more research to find out that she was accused of witchcraft because she had lots of properties. And in that era and period, women aren't meant to be that powerful.
Right.
You know, way more powerful than men. So it was kind of a supremacy thing between... And I'm a feminist, so I have to obviously focus on that.
We like that. What is the hardest part about being a fashion designer in Nigeria?
The hardest part about being a fashion designer in Nigeria...
So not necessarily the challenges, but some of your own personal things that you see and feel are hard for you.
I don't think there's really anything
Oh, okay.
Not to boast.
Confident.
Not to boast.
I like it. So would you call yourself a celebrity?
No, not really.
How would you define the word celebrity?
You know, very popular. People know your face.
Do you not think that you're very popular?
I think people know the brand. People really don't know my face because I don't put it out there that much.
Well, they will now.
That's a good thing.
If you could disrupt or change one part, one industry in Africa, With your own inside knowledge of the way the fashion industry works and the creative industries on the continent work, what would that be and why?
The industry I would love to change.
Yes.
In Nigeria, that would have to be the movie industry.
Really?
Yes, really.
Oh, wow. Why is that?
I feel they still have a long way to go.
What about the fashion industry?
The fashion
Yeah,
industry.
the
Fashion industry is really growing. There is orange culture.
Yes.
There is Macchio.
Yes.
There is Joy Balisa. So the government really didn't pay lots of attention to the fashion industry like they are to the movie industry. So they need to divert that attention to the fashion industry. Way more.
Okay. Fighting words. Don't let any of the filmmakers we have on the show come and beat you out. So what can we expect in the next 5 to 10 years from the Wisdom Franklin brand?
You know, a store in New York.
Hey, yes. What about a store in Lagos?
Definitely.
So
Definitely.
When can we expect that?
That should be next year, hopefully.
Okay, another exclusive. Thank you for giving us all the scoop, Wisdom.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
It's been an absolute pleasure, and I love those dresses.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
That is all from Wisdom for you for now, my fashionable friends, as it's time for a short break on The Morning Show. Stay tuned, as when we return, I'll be speaking to and maybe even singing with Dare Artalade. You don't want to miss it.